Yo, what is good? My anime people, what is good? Yo. So, with things going on in DanMachi, I thought it was only appropriate to use someone who is monster and human at the same time in this game. So, I really am proud of what we're seeing from Bell. Another just great moment for his character in general when it comes down to not only fighting for what he believes in, but fighting for the better than he has been over time. And because of that, it's going to be very clear at the end of the day that there's going to be stories told about Bell if things go well, you know? So it's these types of things that from the beginning of the story we knew 100% that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to be like the heroes he heard about in the books that his grandfather used to read to him. Now he literally is becoming even further than the heroes that he read about, as he is straight up showcasing um, the will to not only bring people together, but people and monsters. So that's pretty hype. The other thing that was interesting about the way we meet the monsters is how the group was straight up fighting these monsters that are armed and that seemed like they were completely surrounded them, all this different stuff going against them, and they still were just like, whatever. They're just like, I guess I will just stand here and take it, like, we'll just fight as long as possible. And because everything happening the way it is, I honestly think it was better for us to learn about these types of beings sooner than later, because unfortunately the way things can go in anime, um, it's not hard to take back this stuff that they've added, right? Like, all it takes is one episode and all of these beasts are dead. And something I've been warning other people, and for some reason I wound up having to watch it because I had to use my data and I wasn't using to use my controller just died, sorry about that. um, but I wound up using my data and it doesn't load the videos as fast, so unfortunately I wound up watching a full-blown almost opener of the show, and it showcased that Belle's going to fight the people that clearly were hunting down the Dragon Girl in the first place, but they're hunting her down in an area I have not seen, and it's not this cave that we're standing in. So it definitely begs the question to when is he going to run into these people? And we know that since he's been sent to this floor, he was already supposedly being followed, right? Like the group of people hunting the Dragon Girl already knew somewhat that they were going in there. So I really do like what we're seeing overall, but like I said, it's still going to take some time to get used to how many freaking characters there is in this show when it comes down to friends and foes, because this week's episode just showcased another group of the family that I thought were maybe going to be evil, but seemingly are the reason why monsters and humans kind of have this coexistence in the first place, which I thought was an interesting touch. Like, they already knew about the intelligent monsters, they just can't tell any humans because we already see how they react from one monster who wound up trying to save a little girl, and they completely spun it in the sense of, yes, the monster attacked the little girl. The same little girl who would have got crushed and died was attacked. So yeah, of course humans are always ruining things in their own storylines. That's just, it's like a never ending job for them, unfortunately. But with that being said, it was nice to see, like I said, Bell and his group be who they are, because right now these monsters seemingly are going to need them more than ever with this group of people who love to obtain rare monsters being right on the tail of Hestia's group. It just kind of tells you that if they mess up at all, or they don't take things serious, even though they're in a safe place for a little bit, they might end up dropping their guard for too long and getting caught. So I do like what this show does. It's never too light and it's never too dark. And at the end of the day, it does do what a lot of people don't like, and that's, you know, have a whole bunch of ladies be in love with one guy, yada yada. But at the end of the day, this one guy truly hasn't, like, in my mind, set a stone that he likes any other girl besides Ainz. Like, he literally does not really go for any other girls like that, and all the girls come for him. And I don't really know if you can call that, you know, him having a harem, because he doesn't even treat all the other girls as if they are in relationships and stuff like that. That's a harem to me. It's when all of the parties in the harem accept it and just let it rock. So that's definitely not, is kind of what this is, but at the same time, he doesn't own them as they're his girlfriends or something like that. So I don't know. It's funny how that whole entire plot thread of that can ruin an entire series for people that doesn't even really base around that in general. It has it in it, but it's not the focus of the story. I mean, for Christ's sakes, ReZero has that in it, and it barely focuses on how many ladies actually start to fall for Subaru. Okay, so if you let small things ruin a whole entire series for you, then you're probably not one of the people that subscribe to my channel, or you're subscribed here just to drop dislikes and stuff like that, which spend your time the way you want, you know, that's on you. But regardless, I hope y'all are having an amazing day, night, evening. I got a lot of videos to drop for y'all, so I hope you aren't too mad at me for being kind of late. But regardless, the show must go on. Your boy's home for work, and I haven't ate the food that I bought, but I'm gonna make sure I get some videos out to you before I get to relax. So with that being said, take care and peace.